Hello, hello. How are you doing? Welcome back. This is the database. Encyclopedia. People. Allies. Henry Greene and Rupert Topping. Henry Greene. Born on the 7th of December, 1843. Henry is as good at keeping secrets as he is at meeting people. Many people do not, and most people will never, know that Henry was not always called Henry. Jayadip Mir was born, the son of a princess and an assassin. Arbaz Mir, a member of the Indian Brotherhood, fell in love with Pyra Kaur, the daughter of the Maharaja Karak Singh, while racing against the Templars to find the whereabouts of the mysterious Koh-i-Noor diamond. Ooh, I remember that from Mafia Wars. That diamond. Jaydeep was raised and trained to be a member of the Brotherhood, but to the frustration of many, found he was more inclined towards books than he was to violence. Hoping it was just a phase, the Brotherhood sent Jaydeep out on a mission in 1860, which he ultimately failed, putting the Brotherhood at risk. Whoa, whoa, sugar mugga dugga wugga. Jaydeep was then invited to England for a more suitable mission. He left home, but was ever hopeful that someday he would return, having proved to be a capable field agent. Over the course of his time in England, he adopted many fake identities, but he came to love the very simple, curiosity shop owning Henry Greene. Henry, a name he heard often, and Greene being the color of his hat at the time. Having made connections throughout London, he proved extremely useful upon the arrival of assassin twins Evie and Jacob Fry. For them, he helps in their quest to bring down the Templar control in London, having consumed as much information about the city as is humanly possible. While both sincere and hardworking, Jaydeep has a human side to him that many in the Brotherhood simply do not. Okay, that's it for him. Robert Topping. Yeah, he's got a top hat on too. Okay, this guy's born on the 7th of July, 1847. Rupert Ignatius Topping was born in London on a sunny day in July 1847, which might account for his chipper outlook on life. The fifth child of eight, Topping often had to fight to be heard. With little attention to give to their middle child, the Toppings often left Robert to his own devices, to make his own fun, and though he was generally a content and charismatic child, Robert frequently found himself bored and alone, and regularly daydreamed that someday he might lead a more exciting existence. One day, though he could never have predicted it, that longing became a reality. On a family outing into the market, little Robert wandered away from his siblings and was quickly lost in a maze of back alleys. Tired, confused, and unable to find his way back, he finally fell asleep in an empty crate. Upon awakening, he discovered that his crate cum cradle had been relocated to the mobile stores of a traveling circus. An unlikely story, perhaps, but one Robert today insists is perfectly true. The young stowaway or runaway found the nomadic lifestyle of the circus performers thrilling and elected to remain with them for several years, escaping the family home to amass all the knowledge that acrobats, harlequins, and ringmasters had to offer. When eventually the crew disbanded, Robert returned to the city full-time, though the Toppings found the stories of his supposed hijinks thoroughly unbelievable. Ever resourceful, Robert later entered into the employment of his own uncle, whose illegitimate businesses promised another taste of a more exciting life. Today, the ambitious young Topping acts as a bookie for underground prize fighting and street racing rings, but has greater hopes for the future. Though he may occasionally fall in with the wrong crowd, he is nothing if not a survivor and can generally talk or trick his way out of any tense situation. Failing that, he can do some quick juggling. Haha. We got some groups here. The Rooks. An essential part of the English ecosystem, street gangs dominated the 19th century underworld. In an attempt to unify the street gangs under one regime, the Templar Order created the Blighters and attempted to remove any opposing forces to their cause. The Clinkers of Whitechapel, the last remaining independent gang in London, fought in vain against the mighty oppressors. Eager to turn things around, they welcomed twin assassins Evie and Jacob Fry into their circle. Proposing a new idea to take back the streets of London from under the Blighters' feet, the Clinkers took on the identity of the Rooks and decided to fight under the guidance of the Fry twins. Their main approach to undermining the Blighter influence is to sabotage their hold on different areas in the city, such as Blighter-owned factories and strongholds, and then challenge them to a final fight for the territory in a gang war. Nowadays, London doesn't really have street gangs like those. It's got students in bright jackets carrying clipboards who stop you and demand your credit card details instead. Huh? And we got some present day info. Otto Berg, born on the 17th of June, 1985. Johanni Otto Berg was born in Mikkeli, Finland, but was dragged around the world by his father, who worked for an oil company belonging to one of Abstergo's many subsidiaries. So young, Master Berg was raised by rig pigs in Afghanistan, Kurdistan, and Oman, to name a few. And that doesn't really sound like a magical childhood, does it? With his father's blessing, Berg returned to Finland to join the army. At first, they made fun of his muddled accent. Technically speaking, he doesn't even pronounce his own name correctly. But the jokes quickly stopped as Berg proved himself to be an exceptional recruit, becoming one of the youngest special Jager in the Utti Jager regiment. He met his wife Helmi in the army, and everything pointed to an intense but unremarkable life, until his daughter Alina was born and diagnosed with cystic fibrosis. While Finland's healthcare system is generally considered to be quite good, the Berg family found themselves struggling to afford the aggressive drug treatment Alina so desperately needed. Berg quit the army and became a well-paid mercenary, which his wife did not approve of, resulting in divorce. It's not exactly a doctor or a lawyer, is it? Berg's freelance activities caught the attention of Dr. Warren Vidic, who recruited him into Abstergo's Animi training program in exchange for an off-the-market miracle cure. I imagine Berg's divorce became much more amicable, though no less final after that. Just as he did in the army, Berg showed promise early on and quickly rose through the ranks and eventually won a spot in the inner sanctum of the Templar Order. He was given command of Sigma Team, an elite force designed to hunt assassins. He's been a pain in the proverbial balls ever since. Dr. Otzelberg is a scary motherfucker, and someone actually made a baby with him. Gross. Whoops. Violet Dacosta. Born 14th June 1988. It's tempting to say that Violet Dacosta is an evil version of Rebecca Crane, but then that assumes you haven't spent much time with Rebecca Crane. I'm armed. Violet was born in Barrie, Ontario, and completed a bachelor's degree with a double major in mathematics and computer science. Fun times. She was looking for work in the intelligence community when she was recruited by Abstergo to work as a technologist. After the original Sigma team was annihilated in Florence, Violet was Otzelberg's first recruit into the new version. She serves as tactical and technological support. Her ability to assess situations and identify priorities means that she's able to tell whom to kill first. Always handy in this job, but not what you'd call a particularly transferable skill. All this also means that in addition to being incredible handy with technology, she's a trained killer. Violet's services are in high demand, and she is frequently sent around the world to various Abstergo facilities in order to fine-tune and innovate on various operating systems, network security, and intrusion detection systems. She's a Templar. She's also Canadian. Frankly, both make me shudder. I'm Canadian too. Okay, we got this dude. Alvaro Grammatica? Alvaro Grammatica. This guy was born on April 4th, 1965. Alvaro Grammatica was a genius from the day he was born in Mexico City. He graduated from university at the age of 17 with advanced degrees in physics and computer science, and went on to develop expertise in mechanical engineering and biology. Plus, he was brilliant at Sudoku. I like that game. I don't know. If this wide range of, if they spelled it wrong, if this wide range of knowledge, it is, they're missing a word. It is this wide range of knowledge that made him so valuable to Abstergo. In 2008, he was recruited to work on the Akashic satellite plexus. Wow. In 2009, Grammatica invented the data dump scanner. Yeah. A software program that allowed an Animus user to relive genetic memories that were not their own. It revolutionized an already incredible machine and paved the way for Abstergo current successes with Abstergo Entertainment and its Helix cloud servers. I could do all that cool stuff too if I was backed up by a gazillion-dollar evil corporation. At present, Dr. Grammatica may be our most prominent Templar target. In 2014, he was named the director of the Phoenix Project, which hopes to use every resource at Abstergo's disposal to fully sequence a first civilization genome. We're hearing reports that this has caused some strife among the Templar rank and file. The previous big shot, Dr. Vidic, knew how deep the inner sanctum unified towards a common goal. But Dr. Grammatica is more concerned with the work than human relationships. And that's not limited to his co-conspirators. He often abandons his wife and 3 children for long periods of time while immersed in whatever abhorrent experiment is currently in front of him, like Sudoku. That's Bishop. That's Isabel Arden. That's Rebecca Crane. That's Sean Hastings. We all caught up on the database and everything else. Alright, so we're in sequence 3 here somewhere. That's Greene. I'm level 2. Jake whenever you seek out Henry Greene, the assassin, watching over London. We'll continue on with that in the next part. See you later. Have a good one.